Welcome to Reality After Show. This is the exit interview for Destination X, episode 8. Whew, too soon. We got Allie Bross here, and if you are not following Allie on Instagram, you are doing yourself a disservice. Holy moly, Allie. Wait, I see why you have the followers you do. Rick, on the other hand, I feel like there's some pain going on.
What's going on there, buddy? Did that many people want to see birds?
Never, never. So,
Maybe the
for the
birds the
record,
bees, but the birds.
yes, for the record, Bobby, I don't know if you know this. I doing a little research for the Alley interview today. Rick is the preeminent bird podcaster on YouTube, and I'm like, are you effing kidding me?
Of course he is. He's
Of
got
course
20
he
million
is.
jobs.
Yes, he'll mention that next episode.
What does he really do? It's an age-old question that still hasn't been answered.
Yes. Well, he is an eliminator of alleys. He added that to the resume.
He
Allie,
is.
was the showman's the best idea for Destination X?
Look, I don't really give a fuck what anybody has to say about the show,
Oh,
man.
right.
I liked Shane. I thought he was a good and loyal guy. And at the end of the day, people were underestimating me already. Episode 1, there was so much cut out of this episode. You have no idea. Shane didn't like me. Biggie didn't like me. Josh Martinez was like, watch out for that girl. She's feisty. She's fire. So immediately I'm like, damn, am I playing too hard? Like these people want to get me out. So the showmance wasn't on purpose. It just happened. Um, and it was fine. I mean, I was the last girl, right? It did something. I
Yeah, yeah,
thing though, is
yeah.
the
Well,
showmance that threatening in a show where you don't vote?
but you kind of do, as Mac figured
Uh,
out.
do you really? Because if you're the final five, right? Think about who was on the episode last night. You're the final five.
Yeah,
You're these boys, you're thinking
yeah.
about who's going to be in like the final two or final three or whatever. Don't you want to be with people who you think you can beat in European geography and geographical questions and history? Because why did Biggie, Rick, and Peter think that it was a good idea to go against each other instead of Shane and I, who have proven that we don't know that much about European geography?
I
What's the
think
strategy there?
I think Rick potentially figured out that you're better than you claim to be,
Yeah, he
and
did.
Yeah.
and I think there's a fear amongst the boys that there could be some sort of physicality, and they know that Shane will whoop them.
Yeah. Well, did you see Rick running in Switzerland or
He
Austria?
is the
Sorry.
best.
He's
He is
booking
the
it. He's
he's a
running like a track star. I was standing next to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, is that Rick? Is Rick busting everyone's balls right? He's going so fast. I couldn't believe it.
well. That's one.
Where did that
He's a
come
professional
from,
runner.
Rick?
He's a professional runner, as he mentioned in one of his many
Yeah.
occupations.
Yeah.
He does weekly.
Yeah. We've
Yes,
got we've gone over all the occupations of Rick, and there's at least 20 at this point.
yes.
Yeah, professional
We
rich
don't know.
guy. Professional
Are,
rich
are
guy who doesn't need the money, probably.
yeah. Are you aware that he owns the IHOP that Biggie ate for free at for a year?
The only way it all makes sense.
But it would make sense. I wouldn't put it past Rick to own multiple IHOPs.
Yes, he owns the one in Canada that COVID really hit hard, but Kentucky, they
But then
didn't give
he sold successfully.
a well,
If you've seen Reddit, he sold it successfully, I saw.
well,
He didn't lose it. He didn't lose the restaurant like he said he did. I think he was trying to play a game like yours, and I only know this. I was really young when you played Survivor, but my mom told me you lied about your grandma or something.
oh,
I think that that's what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to be like, "Oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, feel bad for me, keep me in the game," and it works. But then they're editing it to be real because all the things he was lying about were very sensitive, like losing your house and restaurant in COVID, almost dying in 9/11. He told us he almost died in 9/11. We said,
oh,
what?
we haven't. Wow, we haven't got that
Sorry,
far.
I'm
I
yapping.
my grandma did die 22 years after I said it. So there is that.
So you know what? That honestly makes sense. You were just 22 years ahead.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
seeing into the future.
I am the soothsayer of reality television, is as I just created.
What year? What year did you start reality TV?
2003.
I was 4.
You're
I will see you, Johnny.
all right. It's been fun, guys.
I was 4.
Hey,
You know what?
Go ahead.
Mac is an old soul. That's why we relate.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, Johnny, I was like 13, so don't worry. Like I remember it pretty clearly.
I think you're both assholes, but it's fine. I look good for 51. It's fine.
So Allie, what's the status of the relationship with you and Shane? Give us the deets.
We're not together. I broke up with him 2 months after the show. I have like a free schedule. I travel all the time. He had like a very stable job in Indiana and he couldn't see me more than once a month. And I was just like, that's not compatible with my lifestyle. So this is it. He's a really good guy. We're really good friends. We talk like every other day. Mac and I are going to visit him soon.
Good.
When you talk about stable job, I mean, they wouldn't let him transfer to the Dollar General in Austin.
Look, he had a manager position and it was very serious. It was his idea to make things at Dollar General $1.50. That's what I heard.
He's that asshole. No,
Shane's the guy.
My 8-year-old's graduation last year, it was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my 7-year-old did. She was like, when I grow up, I want to be a mermaid. And I'm like, all right, well, technically she could get a job at Sandals. That'll work. Billy comes up behind her and Billy goes, when I grew up, I want to be a cashier at Dollar General. And I'm like, Billy, your dreams will come true.
You're going places.
We love achievable dreams.
Yes. My daughter will never date Billy, just for the record.
So Allie, in this competition that we saw last night, honestly, this was like a totally different show. This entire episode was like a totally different show. Like, honestly,
10 times better, right?
I thought this is where they should have gone most of the time. Like Johnny was saying, it should be every other episode.
Every other episode, this should have been the format.
Yeah, well, not only the getting off the bus or whatever, but the way that they edited our social games, you got so much more personality and strategy in this episode. Mac and I talk about it all the time, but I'm like, I mean, I have the personality of a really bitchy potato on this show because so much is edited out. So it's really tough to, have audiences know who you are and really want to root for you when they're not showing a lot of that and they're not really showing our biggest moves and our biggest everything. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the show, but like this episode was exceptional.
No, we heard about the Kim and Janae of it all, and there's so much. I mean, like this episode alone, like it's obvious from the edit that Biggie is cussing up a storm trying to figure out who the last mask is, and all we get is, "Wow, I'll get back to you, Biggie," because, and I'm just like, what did he say?
Yeah.
And I did think it was edited very well, and I did think like, okay, this episode made sense, and that's important.
Yeah.
You needed to make sense.
It was the best episode.
The clues were all there last episode.
Yeah.
The clues were what the clues were in plain sight, or the clues were there all along, and I'm just like,
Yeah, last episode was like the competitions were so hard to follow, even as a person watching on TV, that it made no sense. It was like honestly just a guessing game at that point. Even though Max says that if she would have saw that bridge, she would have known exactly where it was at. I don't think anyone else would have come to that conclusion. But this episode, you could at least follow along and play as a fan watching the show. And it really drew you in, and you weren't on the bus. You got to actually see the geographic location. You got to be a part of it. Like, this is what the show, I feel like, should have leaned into earlier into the season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I feel like even just walking around the city and actually experiencing added another dimension to the show rather than just people sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get that with the format, you can't have that every episode. But
Mhm.
yeah, I
But
think every
every
other,
other,
yeah, no, that's
I feel.
terrible.
I, I feel like the episode is getting to the city. So, but instead of back-to-back episodes in a field 20 miles outside a city that could literally be fucking Ohio,
Yeah.
why not have the place outside? You have the clues. We get the city. You do the landmark cities. They don't have to be deep cuts.
Yeah.
And then the next episode is the Michael Bay shot. We get the entire city view. That's why you're in these cities to begin with, is to show these cities and not in a 30-second highlight clip.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of different reviews about everything, and I don't know. I was happy to be a part of it, but I mean, as you
Mhm.
probably know, I don't know how different it is with Survivor. It's been crazy to watch how different it is on
Yeah.
TV versus what
Mhm.
we really experienced. I mean, the strategy that was not included due to time constraints is crazy. I feel like there's a lot of huge plot lines that don't make sense. Like suddenly I'm kissing Shane on the bus. I was like, whoa, that happened really quickly out of
Mhm.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Suddenly Mac and Biggie were besties, and then Biggie was crying about Mac leaving when they had barely spoken a word to each other the first couple
Yeah.
episodes. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think that this show is so challenge heavy, I guess, that that was more important probably.
No, no. The show should be 90 minutes. It should be on Peacock. And it should be go to the city on the bus, you're in the city. Go to the city on the bus, you're in the city. Every other episode, do like honestly, I feel like you can milk this show for twice as many. Like do half the cities twice as many episodes. Boom, this show's a winner. So real quick, you went from you took off your goggles or your goggles open. You're immediately in love with Josh Martinez, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan's there. You're immediately in love with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and then you end up with Shane. Having to do it all over again, would Jeffrey Dean Morgan be your pick?
I don't know. Maybe I would have chosen Jeffrey. Maybe I would have chosen Mac. Who knows? I could have chosen
Oh,
Rachel. I could have. I that whole bus was an option except for the married guy.
was Kim an option?
Hey, hey, don't knock on my girl Kim. She's got the personality of a firecracker.
That's
She would
true.
make my life so interesting.
Oh well, all right. So you and Mac are roommates.
Yeah. We've lived together for a couple months. Rachel was living with us as well too after her.
That's what she said. She like Rachel gave us this incredible. Rachel, for the record, has won best exit interview because we got the whole story.
Hell yeah, good. Rachel's the best. Wait,
Yes.
did she tell you about her entire divorce?
Yes. Yes. The
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
Hell
thing.
yeah.
The whole
It's
So
thing.
so then I
crazy. It's literally,
so
I
then
feel
I
so bad.
So then I introduced her to Philip Solomon from Deal No Deal Island to be a wingman. And she was like, oh my God, he's so my type. And I'm like, no, well, actually, yes, he is.
Actually, yes, because he's a gay man. Yeah,
Yes,
I
very
know.
much your
It's
type.
crazy. But she likes what she likes. I mean, you can't control it, right?
There you go. There you go. So I'm waiting for some dates for this season's Survivor premiere dates and all that. Looking at a potential Austin, Texas Survivor viewing party night. You are absolutely invited, Allie. We cannot wait
Good.
uh, for you to be there.
I'm
And
gonna wear
I
my
just
tiniest little outfit and tell everyone to follow me on Instagram.
very very smart move. One last question for me. You and Shane get the overnight room. We see a little grab
Yes.
ass as soon as you get to the room. Fast forward to the wake up scene. You're fully dressed in a sweatshirt.
I was.
So did you actually stay there at that?
We stayed in it and it was freaking so uncomfortable. It was made of like hay. The whole bed was made of hay. So it's like prickly and pokey and itchy and it was not good. And we had like an attendant to make sure we were being good. So there was just someone with us while we were trying to sleep. It was
What?
What?
yeah,
Oh my
like
god.
someone right at the door just and the toilet. Oh my God, the toilet. It was just a hole at the top of the castle to the ground.
That's
Straight to
that's
the
like
ground.
Bobby's house.
Yeah, I actually have the same thing in the back right now.
Composter. You're a composter, aren't you? You just poop straight into the garden.
Hey, it's better than Johnny on Survivor, who was just pooping in the ocean. So let's be real.
Hey,
I'm
you
a
gotta
big fan of
aqua
the
dump
aqua dump.
sometimes. You gotta
Yeah,
aqua dump. Yeah.
aqua dump. You got your cleanup there. So no, so many people
Yeah.
went in the woods and they
Aqua
buried
dunk
it. And
feels
just like,
sanitary. Aqua
what are you doing
dunk.
with your hands?
That's
Yeah.
one thing about me on this show that they didn't show is I was shitting up a storm. They had to go everywhere to find me Imodium. I don't know what was going on. They cook English food in some freaking oil or something. Every fucking hour, I was like, please, can I go to the bathroom? I'm gonna shit myself. We weren't allowed to shit on the bus. So there was a shitty shuttle that would follow us around, and then you had to get off the bus blindfolded, led into the shitty shuttle to poop. And I was letting it rip so often. Everyone was like, you're going to get an Imodium sponsorship. It was insane. I
Was
mean,
the was the was the bus a double decker bus or were there two buses?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
And see, that's what we thought.
Yeah,
That
that's what
so
we
every
thought.
like Kim was like, yeah, and I'm like, well, no, that was an either or question.
Yeah,
No, I don't think I'm allowed to say that. And if I want any future in the
Oh no, no,
NBC
no, no,
world,
don't. We need you
don't.
on Traders. We need you on
right?
we need you on Love Island, actually.
No, literally never. Absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Mamacita?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I lived it. I lived Love Island on the bus. I mean, Casa de Bus. I was living it. Great. I had plenty of options and then I left and I won in my own way. So
Well, that's most people on Love Island, except you get a $200,000 influencer deal.
I mean, they're blowing up. I just don't know how my parents would feel about me humping some guy in lingerie on TV. They'd be like, Allie, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, with that being
Fair
said,
enough.
Allie, we know you got to get out of here. We appreciate your time and hope to see more of you in the future.
Yay, bye
Yes.
guys. See you at Survivor Party.
Bye.
Can't wait. Thank you, Allie.